I ain't telling you nothing you don't already know, but I'm here to remind you about certain things. Now, in the fifth house and in the 11th house, this is where you can create, and this is where you can reap the rewards. This is where you can, you reap the rewards. But you want to, when you see these situations, and let's flip it before I go into it deeper. I said 5 and 11. Well, let's talk about the 6 and the 12. Now, when you get the 6 and the 12, these are areas where situations may arise, and these situations, the impact and the amount of time you got to put into them, the amount of effort you got to, you know, be on the negative end of receiving information from these houses. uh, you know, uh, that's on you. But when you could switch it, you say, so you pay attention to your 5 and 11, and you pay attention to your 6 and your 12, and I'm gonna break it down. So your 16. Let's start with your six. Let's start with the 11. Now, everybody know that the 11 is a house of gains, right? So if it's the house of gains, say you gain, say your 11 houses in, boom, Sagittarius. So you gain from traveling, you gain from philosophical endeavors, you gain from being a father figure. You know what I'm saying? You gain from that type of energy. But what the next house would be Capricorn. So that's your 12th house. So if you gain by what I just said, and now you look at your 12th house, that'll keep you abreast of all situations that could possibly arise from you gaining. Because see, you gotta understand, what an easy house where you get something, the next house is where you can lose anything, and I'm talking about any kind of subtraction, any kind of taking away from that which you just came up on. So you just look at the following house. Now, I had said Capricorn, so that's all things court related. That's all things institutional related. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying you might travel and get caught up in a situation in another environment. So if you know that, then okay, I got to put time and energy into thinking about my 12th house. If I got a ninth house, 11th house aspect, if I got a Sagittarian in the 11th house, and this is where I'm coming up. Okay, so where I could stand a chance of fucking up is in the following house after that, in the 12th. So that's how you think of it. Now you got to put time and energy. Okay, you ain't gonna try to not come up in the 11th. You still gonna do that shit. But what you gonna do is you gonna think about the 12th, and you gonna see, and you gonna if when you concentrate on the 12th, then you realize, okay, this is all the pitfalls and shit that could come about from me gaining in the 11th, or from my attempt to gain in the 11th. You understand? I'm focused on what I said, Sag and Cap. So that Cap energy would be like, okay, you traveling, now you take a loss because you tried to smuggle some shit through the pass, through customs, and now you didn't know how to do a shit right. You understand? I'm just throwing this shit out there because that's the energy. You got traveling, you got making moves, you got philosophical ideas and creation in the 11th house, and then in the 12th house you got the government, you got the law, you got fucking understood pre-established systems and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So and a way to be thought of. So you equate that to your energy and that's how you overcome that shit. And every time that, because the clock gon' tick into the house, you know what I'm saying, because when the moon go there, and that could be a chance when you stand as, but you can control that shit. You can control your aspects. Now let's think about the fifth and the sixth. Now when you talk about the fifth and sixth house, your fifth house is how you create shit and the way you get down. And if you got good planets in there, if you got like Jupiter in there, if you got now, say you got Uranus in there, this is a chance for you to have out the blue type of creation that affects shit, but at the same, where you could benefit from, whether it's comfortability, where it's ability to create, to move around, more passion in your life, fun and excitement, and or and that, and then you look, the deeper you go into that shit, then you coming around to your six. Then you coming around to your six, and that six is what could alter or change the flow of how you was creating in the fifth. Okay, so I ain't gonna get no for instance. I'm just gonna give you the essence of the energy power of the houses, and you can figure it. So your fifth house is where you creating this shit. So okay, I said I ain't gonna get no for instance, but I feel like I want to. So okay, let's just say pick one out of the blue. Pick one out of the blue. Fifth house. You say you fifth house. Fifth house Scorpio. Say you fifth house Scorpio. So you get money. You get money by knowing how to handle other folks' money. You get down with the get down and shit like that. But then okay, you get your fifth house Scorpio, whatever it is. Now you go to the sixth house. The sixth house is being judged. Okay, now you gotta. This is the shit that's gonna affect you. Okay, the sixth house will be a Scorpio, then it'll be Sagittarius. So the sixth house energy was being judged by guru, by that concept, that mind state where that voice in your shoulder making you feel there are philosophical reasons for you to change that shit. Now it all depends on the planet action there where you know which way to indulge. Oh shit, which way to indulge in that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So if your fifth house, if you creating the fifth house energy Scorpio, then when your sixth house come up, you gotta watch out for those who try to. If you want to stay indulged in the fifth house, but your sixth house is gonna be what make you want to change your mind, or what make you want to gauge the amount of energy that you put into that creating energy. If you got fifth house Scorpio, you got sixth house Sagittarius. You understand? It's gonna be like, okay, traveling is gonna give you some. If you were thinking about your sixth house, you fifth house creating Scorpio, and now you in your sixth house Sagittarius, man, it's like your guru, the one who taught you the game, the one who showed you the way, is now wanting some kind of benefit. So now either if you fuck up the money, or if you said you could do it, you gotta do that shit, because that's your guru in the sixth house. You understand? So that's your traveling aspect. You get that shit right, because if you fuck up that, if you fuck up your six, it's gonna fuck up everything else after that. And that's enough game for you. Y'all be good.